First bento is miso fried rice and crispy tofu stir-fry bento. This time I got these cute and colorful peppers. I like the thick-skinned bell peppers often found overseas. The skin was thin and easy to eat. Today we will use these peppers and broccoli to make a addictive stir-fry. My husband does not like broccoli very much, but this way he says it tastes good and eats a lot of it. Peppers and broccoli can be cut a little larger if you want. Of course, it's delicious with meat, but today I will use thick fried tofu, atsage. This is thick fried tofu made from silken tofu, so the tofu inside is very smooth and has the best texture. Today's seasoning is suitable for any meat with chicken, pork, or beef. Coat thick fried tofu with potato starch. I added about a tablespoon and a half potato starch to 150 grams of thick fried tofu. If you shake the bag like this, the potato starch will be thin and beautifully coated. Cut broccoli with potato starch in the same way. Add 1 to 1.5 tablespoons for about 120 grams of broccoli. Make the sauce in advance. Put grated garlic, ginger, soy sauce, mirin, sugar, and oyster sauce. Mix well. When the sauce is ready, fry the thick fried tofu in a pan. I have been using olive oil for stir frying lately. It's okay if the surface becomes crispy, so a small amount of oil is fine. Make sure to roll them with chopsticks so that all sides of the tofu are crispy. Remove the thick fried tofu once. Add oil. Fry the broccoli. If you turn the whole bag over, the extra potato starch will also be included, so it's better to take out only the broccoli. Fry them until slightly brown as well. When broccoli is almost cooked, add bell pepper. The peppers need only be fried for 1 to 1.5 minutes. Return the thick fried tofu to the pan and add the sauce. Toss well with the sauce. The potato starch makes the sauce thicken a little and mixes well. Next, let's make miso fried rice. This is a taste of the memories I made when I first started this YouTube. I highly recommend the fried rice with a slight miso flavor, so give it a try. Change the ingredients to your liking. I recommend preparing green onions, ham, and garlic. Finely chop the green onions. Cut the ham into small squares. And thinly slice the garlic. This time I'll also make fried rice with olive oil. It was very tasty even with this. When the oil is warm enough, add 2 beaten eggs. Immediately add warm rice. If using rice that has been refrigerated or frozen, warm it thoroughly before use. Toss the rice and egg thoroughly. The garlic should have been added when the oil was heated to transfer the garlic flavor to the oil. I completely forgot about it, so I put it in here with the other ingredients. Mix slightly and season to taste. Put miso paste, sake, sugar, soy sauce, and chicken stock powder. It's even better if you mix the mixture in a small bowl beforehand and then put it in the pan. Stir fry over high heat to remove the moisture from the seasonings and the rice. If you have a kitchen torch, you can sear the entire rice like this during the process, which makes it really tasty. You can add a restaurant-like savory flavor. Finally, add salt and pepper and a little MSG to taste. Add a little more salt and pepper if the taste is too weak. Top with red ginger and add the stir-fry dish. Next one is Takikomi-gohan mixed rice onigiri bento. Wash 1 cup of rice well. After dumping and washing the water several times, let it soak in water like this for 10 minutes. It can take the smell off the rice. Since there are a few brightly colored kintoki carrots left over, use these for mixed rice and side dish. For the one to be added to the rice, cut it as thin as possible so that it can be easily cooked. Carrots in the side dish can be a little thicker. Add the fried tofu and shiitake mushrooms to the mixed rice, or omit if not available. Since the pot is small, the amount of ingredients should be small. In addition to this, chicken is used for the main ingredient. Chicken should also be cut quite small. Drain the soaked rice thoroughly and place it in the pot. By the way, please see my tools and seasonings in the description section for more information about the ingredients, seasonings, and this clay pot, earthenware pot. It can be made in a regular pot with a lid instead of this donabe or in a rice cooker. Add water. Drain the water thoroughly as excess water left in the rice will cause the cooked rice to become soft. Add the soy sauce, mirin, oyster sauce, and sugar. Be sure to mix well here. Add all the ingredients. I forgot to sprinkle the chicken with salt and pepper beforehand and put it in here. Mix lightly so that everything is submerged in water. Rice and ingredients are not mixed. Rice is at the bottom. Cover and cook over high heat until boiling. It will take about 6 to 7 minutes. While waiting, make side dishes. Use leftover kabocha squash and bell peppers in the fridge. Using chikwa and the carrots from earlier, you can make 2 side dishes. Fry kabocha and carrots in olive oil. I added a little too much oil. The kabocha is very hard, so it will take some time. So remove carrots and set aside. Check out the rice. Make sure the water is boiling and reduce the heat to low. Cook over low heat for 15 minutes. When the kabocha is brown and cooked, return the carrots and season. Add butter, beet sugar, and soy sauce. The key is not to add too much soy sauce, just a little flavor. It's so much tastier than butter and honey alone, with an improved flavor. I put too much oil in the pan at the beginning, and there is still some left, so I make another side dish here. These ingredients are cooked quickly. When the peppers have wilted just a little, season with miso and mirin. Dissolve miso well. And sprinkle with sesame seeds. After cooking over low heat for 15 minutes, smell it nearby, and if smell slightly burnt, it's good. Turn off the heat when the water is gone. Wait 10 minutes to steam. A nice burnt rice is now ready. I was very happy to receive a number of comments saying, I like burnt rice too, when I had previously released a video of 6 different types of mixed rice. You can of course pack it as is in the bento box, but this time I'll make onigiri. Be careful, it's hot. It's delicious when rolled in nori seaweed. Please enjoy as you like. Stuff the side dishes as well, and you are done. Next one is Japanese style spaghetti and crispy spicy chicken bento. First, let's prepare the chicken. Mix the chicken in bite-sized pieces with grated ginger, salt and pepper, and sake. Allow the flavor to soak in for 5 to 10 minutes. Today's crispy chicken sauce uses sweet and spicy gochujang as a base. Add soy sauce, sake, sugar, rice vinegar, grated garlic, and chili pepper. If you do not have gochujang, try making a substitute by mixing the ingredients here. Cut the chicken with potato starch. I added a little more than 1 tablespoon of potato starch for 140 grams of chicken. Fry in oil for 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Perhaps it's because I did not soak the chicken in the brine solution this time. There is more oil splattered than usual. I think it can be cooked with just a little oil. When the chicken is cooked, clean the pan and heat up the sauce you just made. When the sauce is boiling, add the chicken. Toss well and it's ready to serve. It goes well with rice and is a great snack with beer. I was going to make something with the broccoli I had left over in the fridge, but decided to make spaghetti. I usually add oil, but since it did not stick with the oil, I'll use it as is. Bring plenty of water to a boil with salt. Then boil the spaghetti normally. This took 7 minutes to boil. While boiling, make an overhead fried egg. I crushed the yolk. It's easier to use the yolks later if they are cooked thoroughly. Cut this egg into cubes. Cut out lemons if you have them. Place the eggs in the bowl with the broccoli. Drain off the hot water and add the spaghetti. Add sori kombu, shio kombu, mentsuyu, sugar, and butter. If you do not have a mentsuyu, substitute a mixture of these seasonings. If you do not have sori kombu, you can add salt and dashi powder instead. Add lemon juice to taste. If not enough flavor, adjust with salt and pepper. I had leftover rice from the previous day, so I made mini rice balls. Wrap nori seaweed and top with mentaiko. This chicken is great as a chicken ball on top of rice. The last one is Mentaiko Shiso wrapped chicken bento. Use chicken tenders for this recipe. Remove tendon from these. Make a slit with a knife and flatten as thinly as possible. Place shiso leaves. Put spicy koro. Is this koro available in your country? Cheese could be added in place of this. Wrap it up. It turned out to be much larger than I had imagined. Sprinkle with salt and pepper. The koro is quite salty, so I sprinkle just a little salt and pepper on the outside. Make a batter with flour, beaten egg, and water. Dust chicken with flour before coating with batter. Coat with panko. Dip both ends in a thick layer of butter and panko to prevent the koro from leaking out. Fry in oil for 3 minutes on each side. Since it's a very large piece, roll it around and make sure the entire surface is golden brown. Since the chicken meat is cut into thin slices and then fried, it does not require such a long cooking time, so my husband said that the meat was very tasty, moist and tender. Since there are eggs left over from making batter, I make small omelette. Use the edge of the fry pan to cook the eggs. I don't like to leave a small amount of eggs, so making it this way is perfect. Let's cut the chicken cutlet. It can be served with a little tonkatsu sauce or delicious as is. Serve with omelette and broccoli. Top with rice with umeboshi. White sesame seeds go very well with this cutlet. Thank you so much for watching our video. Please subscribe to our channel. If you are already a subscriber and would like to support our channel, please join our membership. Membership feedback will be reflected in content creation. See you in the next video.